Once upon a time, in the heart of a magical forest, lived a curious little fox named Lulu. The forest wasn't just any forest. It was filled with sparkling rivers, trees that whispered secrets to the wind, and flowers that glowed with a gentle light. Lulu had soft, orange fur, bright, twinkling eyes, and a heart full of adventure. Her favorite thing to do was explore every nook and cranny of her enchanted home. She loved the feeling of soft moss under her paws, the sweet smell of honeysuckle in the air, and the cheerful songs of the bluebirds. Every day was a new opportunity for discovery, and Lulu was always ready to see what wonders the forest had in store. She believed that the greatest treasures were not shiny rocks or hidden berries, but the new friends she could make along the way. One sunny morning, as Lulu was skipping along a familiar path, she noticed something unusual. A little bunny, Benny, was sitting by a patch of daisies, but he wasn't hopping or munching on clover like he usually did. His long ears drooped, and his little nose twitched with sadness. Right in front of him was a single, beautiful flower. It was his absolute favorite, a star petal flower that was supposed to shimmer with all the colors of the rainbow. But today, its petals were dull and gray, wilting and drooping towards the ground. It looked as tired and sad as Benny felt. "Oh no," Benny whispered, his voice trembling a little. "My flower's dying. It's lost all its magic." Lulu's cheerful mood immediately softened into concern. She walked over quietly and sat beside him, her fluffy tail wrapping around her paws. The sight of the lifeless flower and her sad friend made her heart ache. Lulu wanted to help Benny more than anything. Seeing him so upset made her feel sad too. She gently patted his shoulder with her paw. "Don't be sad, Benny," she said softly. Her mind raced, flipping through all the stories and secrets the old oak tree had ever told her. Suddenly, her eyes lit up with an idea. She remembered a tale about a hidden spring deep within the forest, where magical rainbow water flowed. The legend said this water had the power to heal any plant and make even the dullest flower bloom with vibrant colors. It was a long and difficult journey, but the thought of seeing Benny smile and the flower's beautiful glow was all the motivation she needed. "Don't worry, Benny," Lulu declared, her voice now filled with determination. "I'll find the rainbow water and save your flower. I promise." With her promise made, Lulu set off on her grand adventure. Her little legs carried her quickly through the sun-dappled clearings and into the thicker parts of the woods. She was a blur of orange fur as she ran through tall ferns, her paws barely making a sound on the soft earth. She came to a babbling brook and, with a mighty leap, jumped right over it, landing gracefully on the other side. Little hills that seemed like mountains were no match for her spirit. She scrambled up them with energy and slid down the other side with a joyful yelp. Along the way, she met some of her forest friends. Squeaky the squirrel, chattering from a high branch, saw her determined face. "Where are you going in such a hurry, Lulu?" he chirped. When Lulu explained her quest, Squeaky immediately volunteered. "I'll help you carry the water," he squeaked, scampering down the tree. A moment later, Hoppy the frog leaped out from behind a large mushroom. "Ribbit, that sounds like an adventure. Let's hop together," he croaked, joining the group. The little team, full of courage and friendship, journeyed on together. The path grew darker and more mysterious as they ventured deeper into the forest. The cheerful birdsongs faded, replaced by the hushed whispers of the wind. Finally, they stood before the entrance to a dark cave. Inside, they could just make out a faint, shimmering glow. It was the rainbow water. A shiver ran down Lulu's spine. The cave looked spooky, and strange shadows danced on the walls. For a moment, she felt a wave of fear. Her paws felt heavy, and she thought about turning back. But then, she pictured Benny's sad little face and the wilting star petal flower. She remembered her promise. That thought was like a warm light inside her, pushing the fear away. She took a deep breath, puffed out her chest, and looked at her friends. "I can do this," she said, her voice small but brave. ... For Benny. With newfound courage, she took her first step into the echoing darkness. Inside the cave, Lulu's paws made soft pattering sounds that echoed around the cavern. Drops of water dripped from the ceiling, creating a gentle, rhythmic tune. Guided by the water's soft glow, they made their way to a small, crystal-clear pool. The water swirled with every color imaginable, sparkling and shining like liquid jewels. It was even more beautiful than the legends described. Carefully, with Squeaky's help, Lulu filled a large leaf with the magical water. They retraced their steps, leaving the dark cave and blinking as their eyes readjusted to the bright sunlight. They hurried back to Benny, who was still waiting patiently by his flower. "We got it!" Lulu called out. With a gentle hand, she sprinkled the rainbow water onto the wilted petals. Instantly, a magical light enveloped the flower. Its petals unfurled, and it began to glow with brilliant shades of red, blue, green, and gold, shining brighter than ever before. Benny gasped, his eyes wide with amazement. "Wow! It's beautiful! Thank you, Lulu. You're the best friend ever!" he exclaimed, hopping up and down with pure joy. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Lulu, Benny, Squeaky, and Hoppy all sat together, admiring the radiant star-petal flower. The forest seemed to hum with a happy, peaceful energy. Lulu looked at her friends, her heart full of warmth. She realized that her adventure had taught her something very important. Facing the scary cave wasn't easy, but being brave for a friend had made her stronger. She learned that a little bit of kindness and courage could make a huge difference and bring so much happiness to others. Benny looked at Lulu and his new friends, Squeaky and Hoppy. He understood that he hadn't been alone with his problem. His friends had been there to help him. He learned that sharing your worries with friends makes even the hardest problems feel smaller and easier to solve. Friendship, he realized, was the most powerful magic of all. And so, as the first stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Lulu and her friends lived happily in their magical forest. They continued to have many more adventures, always looking out for one another, helping anyone in need, and spreading joy wherever they went. Their laughter echoed through the trees, a constant reminder that, with friendship and kindness, every day can be a beautiful adventure. The magical forest was a happier place because of the little fox with a big heart and her wonderful friends. Thank you so much for joining Lulu on her adventure today. If you enjoyed her story, do you forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales from the forest? We love sharing these stories with you and can't wait to see you on our next adventure. Bye for now.